what's really the cost of the buying home in Greenville, North Carolina?
So we're going to talk about the living wage and home prices with real home prices, and I'm going to give you the mortgage prices I ran over the weekend with the current market that we're having it right now. So today's market, when we filmed the video, just to give you real numbers, is going to be 6.85% conventional. FHA was 6.08, and all of these examples, that way you can see what we're talking about.
Exactly. Therefore, we are at the end of the 2024. If you're watching this video in 2025, the number might have changed. Therefore, we just wanted
I think it might be changing this week, but we're still making this video.
Exactly. Let's talk about starter homes. Now, we were talking about the starter homes in Greenville, North Carolina for like a brand new townhouse or single family home, not brand new, in the area, and we wanted to break down the numbers for different type of loan and the income. No?
Right. So if you're looking for FHA at 3.5% and you're looking at a $200,000 home, which we do have in this area, the down payment will probably be $7,000. The loan amount is $193,000, and your monthly payment, based on the numbers that I ran, are estimated about $1,396, almost $1,400.
Exactly.
Now, if you are looking at keeping this at about 30% of your income, you would need to be making about $57,000 a year, which is about $27 an hour, in order to keep it at around 30%. And I tried to keep them all of these at that number.
Another option, if you save money enough in the past, it could be conventional, but the numbers that we ran here for you is conventional 20%, but in reality the conventional loan you can get it for 5% down. But let's say you save money and you have 20% down for the conventional. Base of this number that we said 6.825 for the rate of today that we are recording this video, your down payment for $200,000 house is going to be $40,000. Therefore, you're getting $160,000 loan, and this going to translate with the today's market $1,185 your monthly mortgage per month, and the wage that you need to cover this basically considering that 30% of housing of your income is going to be $43,000 annual income you need, which translates to $21 per hour.
So you can see we do have affordable homes in this area. Now let's talk about mid-range homes. And I just pulled one at random, and I put $340,000 because that was a brand new home, and I wanted to kind of just give you numbers. And this is not including any specials. If you are looking for interest rate specials and all of that, we do keep abreast of what all of those builders are offering. Again, this was just an example based on market prices only.
Exactly.
So with FHA and 3.5% at $340,000, you are bringing $11,900 to the table, which means your loan amount is $328,100, and including your FHA insurance is going to be $2,385 on average. The wage you're going to need to have this affordable and in the 30% ranges is about $81,600, and it's about $41 an hour.
Exactly. Therefore, the next thing that we wanted to do, we wanted to run the same scenario, but this time with a conventional loan. And if you come up with the 20% down payment, again, the guideline says 5%. We are running because we wanted to give you a better idea here. 20% of down of that $340,000 translate to $68,000 for down payment for conventional loan. Therefore, you're getting a loan for $272,000. And with the today's market 6.825, your monthly payment is going to be around $2,027, which you need a wage of $72,000 a year or $35 per hour.
Now these numbers are not going to just be mortgage and interest. These also have base interest, insurance based. Insurance could be different. The taxes could be a little different. I just ran based on specific houses in specific areas on averages. So, but it does include insurance and taxes, and I wanted to point that out too. So it's a full payment that I've ran here. So if you're like, my numbers don't make sense, again, it's the full number. Now, say you want to buy a $600,000, and $600,000, you are already in the starter luxury zone in the Greenville area. So we have ones that go to millions of dollars, but we do have 600,000 starting into luxury. And that's just something you should know about that is FHA does not cover any home above 525,000. So there is that. Want to tell me the numbers?
Exactly. Therefore, for the sake of that, we wanted to run all the numbers for the two conventional, one with a 5% down and the other one with the 20% down, because on the 20% down, you don't have premium mortgage insurance or PMI. Therefore, saying that for the conventional 5% down on the $600,000 luxury home in Greenville, North Carolina, you're looking at $30,000 down payment, which brings us to $570,000, the loan amount you need to borrow from the bank, and your monthly mortgage is going to be $4,701. And saying that the wage that you need to cover that is $162,000 or $78 per hour.
Now, I ran all these numbers so you wouldn't be house poor. You can afford them on less, of course, but I wanted to do it at around, I was looking for numbers that made it into the 30 to little less than 30 to 35%, some number that worked in there, so I was doing math backwards. With the 20% down, it became $120,000 you need down, $480,000 would be the loan, mortgage payment would be $3,697, wage needed for that kind of number is $132,000, and that would be $64 an hour in order to be living comfortably to where it is not going to be a burden. You will not be house poor.
Exactly. Now we're running all this number, you might have a headache at this point. That's why we wanted to make it a little bit more fun. And here we wanted to basically talk about why Greenville, North Carolina, it might be the perfect place for you and your loved one. And of course, one of the main idea is the cost of living. And the first thing that we just talked about is the housing cost. And then because we are below the national average, as we said in Greenville, we are looking at $243,000 to $245,000 a median home price in the area. And of course, the living average also is much more lower than average. Do you wanted to add to those
I can
concepts?
say that if you are making the living wage of $19.79, which is according to the MIT standards, you can look for home options that you can still buy. So that is something to point out that's not true in most other places. You can afford to buy here right now. And we also have great schools, great outdoor spaces. Job market is growing around here, education's growing, appreciation's happening, businesses are growing. So it really is a lovely place, and we are so happy to be in Greenville all the time because we have everything from starter homes to luxury. So we have something for everybody.
Exactly. Therefore, all this video, we really try to reference Massachusetts Institute of the Technology or MIT research that they did about affordability of living of different part of the country. And that's why we brought all these numbers for you. Hopefully,
we ran the numbers based on what the housing was, what the interest rate of filming.
Therefore, we implemented those based on that research. And now we wanted to appreciate you, and don't be shy, comment us on the description, and then push the subscribe button. And don't forget to look at all our playlists about everything about living in Greenville or Winterville, North Carolina. We love to connect with you, and see you next time.